His name is Charles Duncan. And if you ever read a newspaper, a local newspaper, have you ever wanted to know what was going on in your community? Have you ever wanted to know if there was some activity or something that was going to make your neighborhood better or worse? You ever felt like, is there something I can do to improve my neck of the woods, my backyard? Can I protect my kids, my neighborhood? Well, you have to first know what's going on. And in today's day, where we have these citizen journalists, the problem is that we don't get both sides of the story. We don't get our facts checked. We rely on somebody whose agenda we have no idea. We need professional journalists. And that's what Charles is going to talk to us about today.
Yeah, we are good. And if there's a bunch of crazy people coming up here tonight, I'm going to set the bar real high on crazy. Because I thought, this industry is dying. Let's do something new and try and make it work. So my name is Charles Duncan. I'm the founding editor of Raleigh Public Record. We are an online nonprofit newspaper and been around about 5 years. A lot of the photos this evening you'll see are by this woman right here, Karen Tam. We like to go trespassing together. That is one of our hobbies, and we get some really good photos, and I just had to share that one. So a lot of what we do is just trying to fill in the gaps of local coverage. This is our team. They're awesome. We do this on election night every year. And, we hang out a lot in City Hall. This got started because I got, like a whole lot of other reporters, laid off. But in public radio, you don't get laid off. Your funding goes away. So my funding went away. And got this started. And really figured that we need to focus on what isn't being covered. We're not here to compete with the NNO and WRAL. Got a lot of friends over there. We're not competing with them. We're not replacing them. We're trying to fill in these gaps. We have the only reporter almost every time in really exciting stuff like planning commission. Anybody ever sat through a planning commission meeting? We pay people to do that, so you don't have to, because they are very painful. We are not afraid to spend 2,000 words talking about water infrastructure. That's one of those things, we look at our journalism as, we are just going to nerd out on this stuff as much as possible, because nobody else is covering things like the fact that Raleigh really has major issues with their water infrastructure. I like this comic. It's by David Eichenberger. Sorry, I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. So I get asked a lot about, you're a news organization, so what's your bias? So we have two biases. One is the fact that we just absolutely love Raleigh. We live here. We've been here. A lot of us have grown up here. And this is our town. We love this town. And the other one is that we feel that local journalism is just really important. Very important. So, one of the reasons that we see local journalism here and what we do is just being that professional reporter, like our MC, whose name I do not know. Being that professional reporter in City Hall. That is a lot of what we do. We just hang out in City Hall. I covered every city council meeting for about 3 years until I was able to hire somebody else to do it, thankfully. And I had a little corner where I would nap every Tuesday afternoon in City Hall. Local journalism is important. How can you be a whole community without knowing what's going on the other side of the city? How can people in Cameron Park identify with people in South Park if you've never actually, connected with each other, if you don't know that you're facing the same issues with zoning and encroaching downtown and things like that? This stuff is really important. This is what shapes your city. And everybody is facing these same issues of Raleigh's growing astronomically, and everybody needs to really know what's going on with everybody else. We have really limited resources. We have a tiny budget, but we take that budget and we go and we try to put that to where it will make the most impact. What is not being covered? What is out there and nobody is talking about? That's basically what we try to do. We try to put trained reporters on the ground. Raleigh's got a lot of amazing neighborhoods, wonderful communities, but they don't always feel connected. I've lived in East Raleigh, I've lived in West Raleigh, and sometimes they feel like two completely different cities. So we try to bring those together. But one of the things we are trying to do is make this a sustainable organization. I will be the first to tell you, we're 5.5 years in. We are in this mindset of switching from startup to sustainability because we want to be here to serve Raleigh for the long term. So we're doing a couple things. So first off, and this is not a pitch, but it is a pitch, so pull out your phones. We're on a mission to find this year 1,000 people to donate $10 a month. That's $120,000 a year. We're a slim organization. That is a huge chunk of our operating budget. The other thing is we're actually spinning off a software company. I'm a journalist. I never thought I'd be doing a tech startup, but we've got this new software. Thank you, Knight Foundation, for helping us with that, where we're trying to spin off a software company. It's all looking at, what can we do to actually fund journalism? Because this whole ad thing is gone. And that is my last slide. So I'm just going to tell you that, all around the country, folks are really trying to figure out how to make this whole journalism thing work, how to pay for it. We, at The Record, are in our beautiful little corner of the world. We love this corner of the world. And we're part of that national conversation, but we're trying to make that impact here in Raleigh to bring good, solid local journalism. Thank you.